We are a sisterhood. You know, I didn't sew a stitch till I was 40 years old. I've learned so much, and we all have that same servant heart. And that's what brings us together and keeps us together and keeps us doing this. Process at end of life is very sensitive and very emotional for the patient as well as the family. Normally they would get a generic hospital gown, which is this blue and white checkered gown, and everybody gets that at the hospital.
A traditional hospital gown, which, you know, tells them, life is getting to be short. I do make hospice gowns for Vivi. I've been doing that for the past 10 years. Judy Thelke asked me if I'd start coordinating the program, and that's where it has evolved from there.
Meg approached me and she says, would you be interested in doing this? And I said, sure. Meg knows I sew. And I enjoy sewing a lot.
So Meg would give us each bag full of 10 or 12 gowns, and we'd do them by ourselves, start to finish, whenever we had time. We were talking at lunch one day about me doing a certain part of it, and finally I said, why don't we all just get together at my house? It was middle of winter. It was sewing season. I'm blessed with enough room to have a huge sewing room. I think I'm at like 7 sewing machines right now. We set up stages, and we've had a blast ever since.
They started out with a small group of gals that were sewing. They invited a few of their friends to come and join them, and pretty soon the group of 2 or 3 became 10, and now it's 15 or whatever.
We like to do our sewing. Of course, we live in Minnesota, so we like to do a majority of our sewing in the winter. So we usually will call that sewing season winter. And we pride ourselves in getting together several times in the winter to create enough gowns to last through our golf season, or through our pickleball season, or through our e-biking season.
And just the team effort that we all pulled together to get that gown to the finish line, and that we have another one ready for who might need it. But it's a blessing to be able to host this group of ladies who are very special, and to, like I said, use our talents and our time to give back to the community.
What we do is sew something that's indicative of this person's life. When the hospice nurses present these gowns and place them onto the patient, and then the family comes back in the room, they're just like, wow, Grandma never looked so pretty.
Well, the gowns are beautiful. I mean, sometimes they have flowers, sometimes they're plaid. So it's just great that our gown makers do that, because it still gives them a sense of their self, especially towards the end of life.
By personalizing the gowns, you get a chance to acknowledge this individual. It's like somebody sees me. I am not just another hospice patient. And I think for a lot of people, especially those who don't have family nearby, a little bit of recognition, I would think would be comforting.
When a friend of mine, within the last 3 years, was diagnosed, and her end of life was pretty quick, and I went to visit her. She had on a beautiful kind of a peachy pink floral design here and peach colored sleeves, and she had blonde hair. And when I walked in, Barb just glowed, and I just thought, wow, this does make a difference. Those are the kind of personal stories that really mean a lot. You take them to heart, and you realize that what we're doing is appreciated. And it does give the patient at end of life a lot of dignity.
I feel that all people need to go out with respect and love, and that gives them the dignity.
As often as I remember, which I try to do everyone, my prayers on it for the family and the patient. When I get done with one, I say, Father, just watch for this patient and may you make their journey easy.